Hello, this is Steve Shaw for acrylicpouring.com. In this video, I'm going to do something a little different, something I haven't done before. This is the first time I have been asked to do a painting to match something else. And I saw on a t-shirt or a sign somewhere, good art rarely matches your couch. Well, I was commissioned by a good friend of mine to do something not to match her couch, but to match another painting in her living room. And I guess I could have said no, but she's a friend of mine. And so I said yes, I would do it. So she shows me this picture of her living room. Big, beautiful painting on the wall, large, and it's subtle white, but it's got some blues and some greens, some pretty colors down in there. And I start getting excited. I'm like, oh yeah, I can pull off those greens. I can work with that blue. I'm gonna come up with a beautiful, fantastic painting for you. And so she's kind of nodding her head, and we kind of agree on stuff. A few days later, she picked up the canvas for me, and she went and bought the paint because she knew what paint she wanted, and brought it to me. And inside there was a little note, and it made me chuckle a little bit. It said, "Steve, after our discussion the other day, I thought I should clarify." I've got my note here. "I'm trying to match the white space in the painting. I would like the tans and golds to make cells on the white, and I just want very discreet neutrals." Okay, so at that point I didn't know if she'd seen any of the work I'd done, because normally I don't do much of anything neutral or quiet or calm. I'm usually big, bold, out there. The bigger, the wilder, the better. So for this video, if this is my comfort zone, I'm gonna be working out here, outside my comfort zone. So the colors she brought me were absolutely beautiful. I have to confess, it's something I never would have done for myself. I'm gonna go ahead and lower the camera down so you can see what we're working with. The colors were all these beautiful golds, folk art, bright gold, and I've got antique gold, an Inca gold, just a couple different shades of gold. And that's all that was in there. But fortunately, like I said, they are beautiful. So I added some water to them and a little bit of Zinsser flow booster. And I've mixed up a ton of white, because the other thing that's interesting about this, she, instead of bringing me one canvas, which I thought I would be working on, she brought me 4 smaller canvases. And these are all 12 by 12 canvases. Really good canvases with the wooden frame built into the back. So I need to make these colors tie together and last to make 4 canvases like this. So what I've done, I've mixed up my colors, got them a pretty good consistency, and I'm gonna add a little bit of silicone to them. Got my good old 3-in-1 silicone. I'm gonna put a pretty good shot in each one of these. And I have to say, just to preface, I'm outside of my comfort zone, but something you can do if you're really nervous about doing a painting that you haven't done before is do a test drive, do a practice one. So I actually grabbed a smaller canvas, and I took a little bit of all 4 of those golds with some white, and I did one more, or did a practice one on a smaller 10 by 10, and I'm not sure, there we go. Again, this is so subtle, but I was really pleased with it. It's a lot of white, but nothing bold. I think in a very subtle way it'll be pretty. So this is that's kind of what I'm going for here. All right, so I'm gonna stir a little with the silicone that I put in there. I'm gonna set my 4 shades of gold to the side. I have one gold that's really dark, so I'm gonna try to use less of it. And I'm giving a little bit of stir on all of these. All right, I'm going to start with this really nice light gold here. And again, the challenge for me is to make sure I spread this out for 4 canvases. So, no real pattern or design. Just going to get that on there. All right, that's one. A little stir. Maybe I'll drizzle a little bit of this on with my spoon that I was using to mix with. Again, she wants subtle, nothing bold. She wants to match the white in the other painting. All right, another shade of gold. Oh yeah, this is looking good. And just a shot of this darker gold color. Not much. Maybe a little drop in the corners. All right, that's all I'm gonna do with my golds. I am gonna do this as a swipe. I thought that would be a nice way. If she's heavy on the white, really wants the white, then a swipe is a great way to go. So I have, gosh, this is a 16-ounce cup, and it's probably 10, 12 ounces of white. And it is stirred up in here. And I'm gonna pour some on the edge. Then I will use a swiping tool and we'll pull across and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we'll make something beautiful for my friend. I'm gonna do another little row in the middle just to help keep that white going. All right, let's see what happens. Need to grab a few paper towels. Whenever you swipe, it's always a good idea to wipe your swiping tool off in between swipes so it less of a chance of muddying things up. All right, so here's my swiper. And let's see. Oh, wow. That just got beautiful in there. Wow. I mentioned how much I love acrylic pour paintings. My gosh, these are beautiful. Wow. All right, my biggest challenge right now is not to mess up what I've got. There's a little pretty good size hole right in here that has nothing in it at all, so I can take a little bit of white, see if I can kind of subtly pour that in there. A little spot there. And this is beautiful. Wow, never would have done this on my own. Pull a little swipe across there if I can. Wow. Okay. I think I just fell in love, folks. This is gorgeous. All right, lifting this up, hopefully you can get a good view in there. So the colors in the cells are fantastic. I've got a lot of white down here, so I'm gonna try to move that down a little bit. Drip right onto my, wow, well, I might pull the, she said she wanted a lot of white in the painting. So I'll move some of that around too. Wow. Okay, I'm going over the edges. I'm going to stop right there. I'm not going to torch it. I'm not going to do anything else to it. And I don't know if you know this trick or not, but it's always good to put push pins in the back of your canvases. That way, if you do have to move it from your pouring area to a table, you don't have to worry about the paint drying and getting stuck to the table. Okay, so 1 down, 3 to go. Wow, I gotta say that. I'm still looking at that other one. It was so pretty. We're gonna drizzle. Okay, don't want to do too much because I got to go 4 of these. This is that really dark one, so I'm just gonna get a little bit here or there. This is a pretty gold too. Stir, little pour. Okay. As I'm mixing and pouring on here, you can't see my head, but I keep looking to the floor where the other one is sitting there, and it's just gorgeous. All right, I'm stirring up my white. Gonna move my white out of there. We're gonna do the exact same thing. Gonna put a bunch of white across here. I'm gonna do some more white on this side over here. And a puddle in the middle. All right, so I did a little different with the application there, but we'll see how that works. Okay, I'm gonna wipe this off. I'm gonna pull back to the edge over here just to start. All right. Wow. All right, so if she was wanting mostly white, and I need to add a little bit more white here, she's got a little bit of surprise coming because there's a lot more gold in this than white, but I think, wow, look at that. It's beautiful. That is pretty. Oh, I got a little patch of white right there like before. Let me get that out of there. Okay, any place else in there? See if I can blow over that a little bit. Number 3, I'm gonna go a lot less this time and see if we can go more with the white. He says as he puts just as much gold on there as the other times. This is really fun. If I haven't said it before, one of the greatest things about pour painting is you just never know what to expect. You get to pick the canvas, you get to pick the colors, but the paint does the rest. And you just, again, it's like you are involved only partially. Then the painting just takes on a life of its own, and you're just kind of there to help. And it's very exciting. And sometimes you make a dog, and if you do, let it dry and just paint right over it. But most of the time, as long as you keep an open mind and let the paint do what it wants to do, most of the time you get really beautiful, beautiful paintings. All right. Right there. I'm gonna do a couple of streaks going this way, see if I can't get her a little bit more white in this. Pour right up on the edge. Okay, let's see what that does. I've done a really good job conserving my paints. All right, I'm gonna smooth back this way just to get some of the white. Smooth there. And let's pull across here. Nice. Big, beautiful cells. This is beautiful. Wow, it's like magic. Magic. Beautiful. Any empty spots? Guys, I'm not doing anything else to that. Nothing else. Look at that beauty. Wow. All right, 3 down, 1 to go. Okay, last one. Here we go. I think I have just enough white to pull this off. This is the last canvas. All right, just gonna pour all that on there. go. Oh, I gotta get a little bit down there. There we go. Nice. Color's much more subtle on this one, I think. Oh yeah, but it's pulling back through. Alright guys, well, here's one for working outside your comfort zone because I think these are really, really, really pretty. They may be a little bit heavier on the gold. They're not nearly as subtle as she probably hopes they would be. That gold came out pretty strong, but gosh, that's pretty. Alright you guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Feel free to leave a comment down below, and if you like the content, of course, please hit subscribe. Also, pretty much all of my paintings that I make in these videos are for sale at my Etsy store. So if you go to etsy.com and search for Art by Steve Shaw, you'll find my work. And if my friend doesn't like these paintings, they will be on the Etsy store as well. Alright, bye, thanks.